Hey, this is Tyler with MCC, and I'm here with Carlos and his completely stock Evo 10.
You're lying.
Okay, I am lying. It's a 500 horsepower turboed Evo 10, and it's a cool car. So watch the full episode.
My wrist watch, ain't no shit top. All my homies rockin' Vatmons, like a pit stop. Couple whips in my garage, but I ain't talking.
So you bought this car how long ago?
So I've had it, well, this year is gonna be 4 years.
Okay.
It was actually my uncle's car before.
Oh, cool.
But, yeah, it's a cool story.
That's awesome.
My uncle, basically, he just put exhaust on it, and tail lights, and lowering springs. That's all he did.
Nice.
But it had stock, basically stock, whole thing stock. And I remember, so us in our culture, we do like first communion and church stuff. And it was the first time, well, he bought the car, and I was like 12 years old. I was like 12 years old, and
Did he buy it new?
he bought it brand new.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, like 11, 12 years old.
Okay.
And I would always look at it when I would go to his house, you know? And he would be like, hey, I'll take you on a ride to go get some pizza. I was like, come on, dude. And he would never take me on a ride. And then that first communion thing came up that I was mentioning. And he's like, all right, now that I'm your godfather, you know?
Yeah.
You know, godfather and stuff like that. He's like, I'll take you on a ride this time. And I was like, oh, snap, you know what I mean? I was hyped, dude.
Yeah,
you know, little kids.
Yeah. It's like you see a cool car and somebody in the family owns it that you respect.
Dude.
It's a really cool.
And then he did the first pull. We were getting on the freeway. And, you know, he just had a little cop tuner on this car.
Mm-hmm.
And he did a pull, dude. And I was like, that's got to be the fastest thing I've ever ridden. Holy smokes, dude.
This is way faster than Mom's minivan.
Yeah, this is way faster than my dad's truck.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
And, dude, ever since then, every night I'd go to sleep, I'd be like, I want an Evo.
Yeah.
I want an Evo.
That's
and then
awesome.
Another time rolls around, he's like, I already got my license. I was 14. And I got my license, and the car has been broken the whole time, you know, because of the transmission. These transmissions are super finicky.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
You know, it's been broken the whole time, and he didn't want to drive it anymore. He was tired of driving it and dealing with the transmission issues.
So he was just letting it sit?
Yeah, letting it sit. So then 14 comes around, I get my license, and I'm like, hey, you know, can I please drive the car? He's like, no, but I can take you on one more ride, you know? The car was broken, keep in mind.
Yeah.
He took me on a ride around the block, and that's it. You know, every time we come over, because we're really close to our cousins. And then from there, we just stopped talking about the car, and the car sat in the garage until I was 19 years old. He gives me a call. Hey, I'm unfortunately selling the car. Do you want the car? I know you've been wanting the car since you were like 11 or 12 years old. And I was like, no freaking way. I didn't sleep for 2 days just thinking about the dang car, dude.
Were you like stressed? I hope he doesn't sell it to anybody else.
Yeah.
Like, I need this
so
car.
I still had time because it was in the shop. He was fixing it up.
Oh, okay. To sell it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I instantly grabbed my G35. I was like, sorry, baby, I loved you, but
It's time to go.
It's time to go.
Yeah.
You know? And instantly I sold that car and ran straight to this car. And we went to the bank. We got everything done.
Yep.
You know, paid half of the car there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he hooked it up on a deal too.
Yeah,
I got it for 15 grand.
Dude, that's a great deal.
Yeah. And
I was gonna say, I'm like, I hope he at least took care of you a little bit.
Oh yeah, he did. Dude, well, like, even I was a little kid, you know what I mean? And like, now driving this car is nuts, you know what I mean?
100%.
I never thought I would mod it the way I would mod it or anything like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now it's just a monster.
Yeah.
Now it's scaring me. It's scaring me like when I was 11 years old, honestly. You know what I mean?
That's an amazing story.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool that it was your uncle's brand new and now you've got it.
Yeah.
So what are you pushing? You don't have to tell me the exact horsepower if you don't want to, but what are you pushing right now?
So right now it's 550 to the wheels and 410 to 410 torque.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot in this car.
Well, it has cams, a built head.
Okay.
You know, exhaust titanium exhaust valves, 1 millimeter oversized valves on the head too.
Nice.
And well, new timing components.
Nice.
GSCS 2 cams. A lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you've done a lot to performance-wise to it.
And well, I did all that work by myself.
Did you really?
Yeah, I just had English Racing. Those were my tuners. Those are my tuners.
Really?
Yeah, those guys.
But you did all the like engine work yourself and everything.
Yeah, all the engine work and everything by myself.
That's crazy.
You know, I know how to work on cars, but when it comes to my car, I'm kind of scared to work on it.
That's how I feel about stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, they see the paddle shifters. Oh, that's not a real Evo either. But on top of the fact that it's a 10, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a 10, and then it's automatic. Well, automatic. Yeah, it's a dual clutch.
So people really get upset about. There's a group of people that get really upset about these.
Yeah.
Or just don't think they're a real Evo.
Yeah, yeah.
And my understanding is it's primarily because it's an automatic in their eyes. And it's a way more reliable platform than the 8 or 9, right?
Yep.
And it's
8 or 9s. They have that crank issue.
Okay.
And when you're pushing high horsepower on stock block, it's not fun to deal with that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But Evo 10s, they're also weak rods and stuff like that. But if you tune the car right, you know, where the power is on the top end of the power band, that and the boost and all that stuff, it'll be fine. These cars last forever. I've driven on this setup for almost, I could say probably like 70,000 miles.
Really?
On this setup, yeah.
That's a lot of miles.
And I road tripped the car too. And
you just said you drove it from you.
Yeah,
It's funny because so many sports cars and supercars and stuff are paddle shift.
Yeah.
Now, anyways.
Yeah.
I think it's just a purist thing, like it's not a manual transmission.
Yeah.
It's like where people would get frustrated, but I think they did such a good job on the styling of them and everything,
for sure.
and the sound.
I just like how
motor.
I've ridden in GTRs and all that stuff, and those cars are nuts. You know what I mean? They're fast, but the transmissions don't feel as raw as like this one.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like all the car compared to a high model car, you know, they don't feel as raw as an Evo. That's why I love the 10, because it's kind of modern. It has a little bit of modern.
Yep.
But it still has that same raw that the Evo 9, 8, 7, and the 5 had. You know what I mean?
Cool. Yeah.
So
I'm guessing this is aftermarket.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah. No.
Apple CarPlay and everything.
Yeah, I love Apple CarPlay. I can't. Once I got it on my first screen, that screen broke and I was sad.
If you're driving a more modern car like this, it's like, how can you not put it in there and have that? Because it's like everything else feels more modern, right?
It came with the little screen. Oh man, that thing was trash.
The classic Bluetooth screen.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was so hard to connect the stuff to it.
Sure.
And, you know, it's just I didn't like it at all.
I'm sure.
So
this is sweet. So what else have you done other than performance stuff?
Yeah. So other than performance stuff, I obviously have coilovers. You know, T37 SLs.
Oh, nice. That's a good stuff.
And the Team Flex C coilover. Sorry about that. And then, obviously the Tomei exhaust. You know, downpipe and all the regular stuff.
Oh yeah, I can tell.
Big turbo. You know?
So it's an upgrade. So you have what do you have for a turbo?
GTX 3576.
Okay.
And yeah, no, that's bigger injectors too.
Nice.
One directional.
Man, you've got this thing built out.
Yeah.
Significantly, because it doesn't really. You don't know if if you don't pop the hood and talk to you that it's built out.
And I hit the turbo on purpose.
It's very well hidden. I was like, where is it?
Yep. It's under that turbo blanket if you ever look.
Yeah, I figured that's where it was.
Yeah.
I figured. That's awesome.
No, but yeah, I got the various parts of various V2 side skirts, various V2 front bumper. You know, just the wrap, Avery Dennison Sky Blue.
Okay. Did you do the wrap yourself?
No, I had somebody do it for me.
Who'd you have do it?
Wyatt. Shout out to Wyatt.
Okay. Yeah, give him a shout out. That's good.
Yeah, he did a good job. I love the color, and you know, I did it because I want to be unique.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I haven't seen any other Evo in this color.
No.
You know, maybe 8s or 9s, but 10s I haven't seen them in this nice, you know, blue color.
It looks good. I always see white or black and silver, and they look good. Like I like the white in this, which is the original color.
The
of
wicked
this, right?
white, yeah. Oh man,
great looking color, and but to see this color is really cool in any car. But this is, I like blues and purples and kind of fun colors.
Well, blue is my favorite color.
Okay, there you go. All right, sweet.
That's why, dude. If you go look at my truck, you know, I drive my daily. It's blue too. so
you get the whole blue lineup ready to go.
Yeah, for sure.
But it is awesome. Because if it's a fun car and it's kind of cool, like it should be a cool color or a fun color or something.
Yeah. And I really like how this color kind of with the carbon fiber, it really contrasts. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
So that's why I chose it to stick out the carbon fiber more. Because when it was phantom black, that's what they call it. It's like a gold flake. You know, it's black with a gold flake. You couldn't see the carbon fiber. It just looked like a black car.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. It probably blends in.
Yeah,
really
blended super good. Yeah.
So what did you start modifying it slowly, or did you just go all in?
The engine stuff, it was under a year.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You did all that under a year? Did you just stockpile everything and just go?
So over the years, I stockpiled everything.
Oh, so you like you bought everything over time, and then it was like, okay, I'm going in all at once on this. That's cool.
I had the turbo build, you know, and that took 4 weeks. Back when shipping wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Before the pandemic or whatever. Yeah.
I had that build. I ordered everything. Dude, there was so much trial and error.
Really?
It sucked really bad.
What was the trial and error around? Like fitment or performance? Or
so I was wanting 500.
Okay.
500 horsepower at least.
Okay.
I don't care if it was a little over, you know, I just wanted 500 horsepower.
Why was that your goal?
That's the stock block goal. You can't go more on stock block.
And you just were like, I want to hit that number as like a goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was trying to hit that, and then I was looking at forums and stuff like that. I did that after I already bought the parts.
Yeah.
You know, so I had the wrong intake on there, the wrong piping, you know. So I had to reorder a bunch of stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it got me to my goal. You know what I mean? Reordering the stuff. I returned all that stuff and just reordered the stuff I needed.
Nice.
You know what I mean? But yeah, no, that stuff, it's difficult. Honestly, people say it's easy to mod a car. It's not.
I give credit to anybody that can do it on their own or is willing to go down the path like you did of, you know, trying to hit a horsepower goal and building a car out. I'd be so afraid I'm just going to blow this thing up any day of the week.
Yeah.
Type of thing. But
dude, I look at it as maintenance is key always.
Yeah.
No matter what car you have, maintenance is key.
100%.
You know, that'll make your car last longer than any built motor, big transmission thing, whatever. No, dude, it's honestly, I think maintenance is the best thing you can do to a car. Also, building your car for you. That's what I went off of. You know what I mean? I always never built the car for social media. Never built it for somebody else. Always built it for myself or whatever people think.
Yeah.
I don't care what they think. They don't like my blue. They don't like my blue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
that's good. I like that.
Yeah, I built it, like I said, not for social media and stuff like that. I built it for me. I built it so I have the baby smile on my face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Every time you turn around and look at it or get in it. Yeah.
So I have that freaking 12-year-old smile again.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care what anybody else thinks about it.
Which is what it should be.
Yeah.
It should be what you want to build. And everyone can have their opinions too. I think you can have the respect all builds aspect while also I don't like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Hey, I respect you, but I don't like that car.
I like you. You're a good person.
Yeah, but
I don't like your car.
Yeah, that's just not my style or whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
You know? But this is definitely, I like this car. I will say that. I respect you and this car, and I like it a lot.
A lot of hard work and money, man.
I can tell.
Yeah.
I could tell even when I rode, I haven't seen it in person until today, but I've seen it on Instagram a lot. It's like, that thing looks good. And then, every car looks good on Instagram too sometimes.
For sure.
And it's like, once you get to see it up close, it's like, okay, what is it going on?
What is it actually going to look like?
How do the parts fit? How does it go together? Like, what has he done performance-wise? And when you popped it, I was like, oh shit, he's done a lot of work.
Dude, you don't know
I was like, oh.
How long I sat there just staring at my engine, man. What does this thing need?
Well, the Evo motors of every year look so good.
Yeah.
The way it's like the Honda motors. I just love that footprint of the way they sit in there.
Yeah.
And the valve covers, they always just look so good to me.
they're not hidden over wires. That's what I love about it.
Oh my God. And that's what, you know, I think that's one of the cool things about this car.
Yeah.
Is it's a newer car and it doesn't hide the
everything,
engine,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
And so, like, you know, people will say, oh, I love older cars, you know, like the Evo 8s and 9s or that era, like Hondas, Toyotas, whatever, because, hey, you can still open the hood and see the engine and, like, work on it. It's like, well, you can't do that with a Focus RS or like a, you know, the new Supras or the new, you know, Toyota BR86s or the BRZs. I love all those cars.
Oh, me too.
But if you're gonna make an argument of like, oh, I don't know if I like the Evo 10, I'm like, there's a reason you would like it right there.
Yeah.
Is you open the hood, there's your engine.
It's there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
But I honestly, the Evo 10 is just like I said, it has kind of the newer technology, but that raw feeling, that's
That's your kind of the mix.
That's
like
what I love. Yeah, like you feel everything on the road. I don't know if you noticed that.
You
feel
for
everything.
A newer car, I'm surprised how much you feel the road.
Yeah,
100%.
and how it shifts, how it downshifts, how it sounds. That's my favorite part.
Your turbo blow off sounds really good too.
Yeah, it's the tile QR.
Yeah.
You know, with a 13-pound spring.
Really?
Yeah, give me a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty.
That sounds.
And then I got an open dump wastegate. I don't know if you ever heard those.
No, well, I've heard of them, but I don't know what it means other than usually the blow off is a lot louder.
Yeah.
Or sounds a lot better.
Oh, you'll hear right now what's a lot louder.
This is awesome. I like this car a lot.
I love how the Tomei sounds, dude.
Yeah, it's a great exhaust. You're right, though. I could tell if this was like a 12-hour road trip.
Oh, yeah.
This would be like, it's too much.
It'll kill your ears, dude.
But, you know, a couple hours, 6 hours, whatever.
Yeah. No, honestly, the Idaho to Salt Lake is not too bad. Because you're going to 85, 80 the whole way. It's not boring. But once you get to, like, into the Colorado area, they don't like going 80 over there.
No.
You know what I mean?
Now, you have a ton of sentimental value with this car.
Oh,
you have a ton of financial value and time value. So you can never get rid of it.
I know. Dude,
so,
you know what? My buddies over there in Utah, they're like, are you going to sell the car? I was like, no. Why? And why haven't you white bodied it yet? I was like, gosh, dang it, dude.
I mean, that's really the only other place to go unless you're going to leave it the way it is, right?
I love stock body.
I do too.
Stock body, you can do, well, like my buddy said, you can do a lot more things, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
A lot more mods. It's easier to find wheels, you know, and all that. But I am going to do wide body one day.
Eventually?
Yeah, eventually.
I feel like if with wide body, you have to do it right.
Yes.
Because there are wide bodies that look fantastic. I'm like, that looks awesome. And then there's people that do wide bodies. I'm like, that looks like total shit.
Yep,
like, what were you thinking?
Yep.
Like, you half-assed this.
There's half-assed fucking wide bodies, you know what I mean?
There's half-assed kits.
Yep.
Like the kits that look half-assed, and then there's half-assed installs too.
Yeah.
Like,
oh man,
dude,
it's a beautiful kit.
Yeah.
You know? And then you just throw it on like it's an eBay part. No.
Yeah, or like just a standard bumper or something.
Yeah.
It's like, you gotta come on. Like, if you're gonna go all in, go all in.
Like, look at my front bumper and see how much, you know, nicking I did on the bumper just so it can fit.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Even on the side skirts, I took maybe a whole day for the side skirts just to fit up perfect. You know what I mean?
Even your little bumper tabs there that we were talking about.
Yeah.
I'm like, those are so clean.
Yeah.
I thought they were parking. I'm like, there's no way they're parking sensors because of where they are.
Yeah.
I'm like, they kind of look like parking sensors.
I made sure those things also were symmetrical too.
Yes.
I like everything. You know, I nitpick everything on my car. You know what I mean? Next is the interior. I'm gonna work on the interior.
What are you gonna do with the interior?
I gotta get more carbon.
More carbon.
Oh
all
man,
right.
I love carbon fiber. You know, they told me about carbon fiber. I started scratching my neck, dude.
The second you discovered it, you were hooked.
Dude, it's like an addiction, dude.
Yeah. I think with certain cars too, like this, where you don't have a ton of contrast inside as it is, it's like, dude,
I need to light this up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, definitely more. You know, like I said, more carbon, just better seats. Because my seats are getting old. You know.
The fact that they put Recaros in this from the factory, though, like we were talking about, is so cool.
Yeah.
And they're kind of comfy. They're like, they hold in there well.
Like I said, I can drive 8 hours on these things.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, some cars, your butt's starting to hurt, your back, and you know, and
you got plenty of leg room.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm little, but you got plenty of leg room.
Yeah. Honestly, it is just a freaking Lancer on steroids, honestly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It still has that economy car feeling. But yeah.
Until you hit the gas.
Until you hit the gas, then it's something else.
Do people, I would imagine people underestimate this car
dude.
when they pull up next to you.
Oh, it just has a body kit and stuff like that. No, it's not just a body kit.
These stock, what do they produce for horsepower?
I think it's 291.
Okay,
Yes,
so it's
291.
like right
I don't know the torque, but I know it's 291 horsepower.
Okay. Wow, so you got a lot more out of this.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You know, and to be stock block, it's still kind of nuts.
You get that much out of it as a stock
But
block.
every time I beat the crap out of it, you know, I change the oil, check the spark plugs, make sure it's not burning any oil either.
Nice.
You know, and check everything every time I beat the crap out of it. Like, say, for example, if I take it to Firebird, do a couple pulls over there, you know, I make sure it's okay.
It's good to go. Did you learn how to work on cars?
Well, dude, it was funny because my mom makes a joke about me all the time. She's always telling me, "Oh, your name's Carlos. That's why you like cars." You know, so
it's in your name.
It's in my name. You know what I mean? But ever since I was little, I just, you know, classic, you know, liking Hot Wheels. And every time my grandpa would roll by, he would pick me up, and you know, we would go to the. I don't know if you ever been yard selling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we would always go, and I'd be like, "Grandpa, look at that cool car! Look at that cool car!" And it's toy cars.
Yeah.
He would always give me the toy cars and stuff like that. And he was also into cars. Back then, he had old Corvettes, Camaros, and all that stuff. And I kind of I saw the pictures when I was little too, and I was like, "Wow, you know, that's pretty badass."
Yeah, Grandpa, where are those cars now?
Yeah, where are those cars now, Grandpa? But no, he's. I feel like he's the influence to, you know, me liking cars. You know,
it's funny how you're just drawn to it as a kid, right?
Yeah,
one person something happens, and it's like you're just like cars. Everything's a car now.
Yeah, dude. I don't know.
Especially with Hot Wheels too.
Yeah. I was a freaking collector now. You know what I mean?
Do you still have them all?
No, I don't. No, it was one time when we moved houses and they all disappeared.
That's tough.
But then I started growing up and I got the big toys. You know?
Yeah, now you got the real deal.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, dude. I wanna build it to do everything I really want to do.
Yeah.
Race it, road trip it, and go to car shows. You know what I mean? That's all I want to do.
Yeah.
You know, and be able to take it out, drive it on the weekend, go get a freaking ice cream or something.
Yeah.
You know
100%.
what I mean?
Load up the car and go.
Yeah.
I like that.
One thing I won't do is drive in the snow though.
I don't blame you.
I do not like snow driving.
No?
No. Especially in this car.
I don't blame
in the truck, I don't really care.
Yeah.
It's a truck, you know. But yeah.
I think if I had like a stock one or one that was like where you weren't so worried about the front lip and like the bumper and everything, I would rip it in the snow. But I get not wanting that.
Well, I'll take it out and go do some donuts. Don't get me wrong.
But like going on driving, driving in the snow.
Yeah, driving in the snow, no, thank you.
I get that.
But like I said, I want to do an all-purpose build. You know what I mean?
100%.
And make it fast and beautiful. You know what I mean? That's what I like.
Like life, right?
Yep. Yep, that's literally how it goes, dude.
Yeah, it goes really fast.